Friends, till now we have worked on various formulas and functions using Excel. In this specific tutorial, we are going to concentrate on the presentation part. So this is a case study. We are going to concentrate on making it more visually appealing. So let's format this table so that it can be printed in a presentable way. Later on we are going to print or see the settings for print in fact. So we are going to format this table so that it looks visually appealing. So first thing that we can do is with respect to this title. Now if you see this title, the sales we have merged before, the sales starting from B2 to G2. Initially we had a table only till annual salary, but later on we started doing some calculations for tax paid, take home salary and percentage of total annual salary. So now we need to bring this title in the center of the entire table. So for that, the first step that you can do is since the cells are merged up till the row G2, what you can do is click on merge and center again to unmerge them. Okay, so let's click on merge and center. So these are now not merged, and now what we will do is we will select entire table, or rather the entire row starting from B2 to J2, and now we will click on merge and center. So can you see now that heading XYZ company list of employees is exactly present at the center of the table at the top. Okay, so this first thing is done, wherein we have brought the heading at the center. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to remove all these borders. We have already seen how to add borders. Now we are going to remove these borders because later on we are going to add the table formats to this particular table. So for removing border, as you may recollect, we have to go on this option for border, click on this drop down arrow, and here you have the option for no border. So I'm clicking on the no border option. Just click on that and all the borders are now removed. In case if you have any conditional formatting going on in this worksheet, you can remove that as well. We have the conditional formatting which were inserted in some of the previous tutorials. We are going to remove the conditional formatting from the entire sheet only. So what I'll do is I'll go to conditional formatting option. I'll click on clear rules, and in this case I am going to clear rules from the entire sheet. Just for the safer side, I'm just going to delete all the conditional formatting rules from the entire sheet. So again we have the conditional formatting which is already removed from the table. Now what we can do is let's include some format for the table, or before doing that what we can do is decrease the width of this column because this is unwanted space. Can you see this particular space is unwanted? Here also this space is unwanted. So I'm just going to reduce the length of this column. So I'll just keep my mouse at the intersection of the column F and G, and I'm just going to drag it to my left. And yes, this much space is enough. Again for annual salary I'm going to reduce the length. Similarly for tax paid, let's reduce it. For take home salary also we can reduce it. Percentage of total annual salary also we can reduce it. Now you must be thinking that the title is not visible properly. For that what we can do is we can make use of the wrap text function. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll show it for this cell only. So I am on cell F3. I'll click on wrap text. So can you see, as and when I click on wrap text option, it is present in the home tab. The row width is adjusted according to the text. Okay, so similarly what I'll do now, I'll select the remaining headings and I'll click on wrap text. Okay, this looks good. Now what I can do is bring it at the center. Okay, so middle alignment is what we want. So this will look like this right now. Okay, so this is looking good. If you want to fill it with some color, you can do that as well with the fill color option. So I'm just clicking on this, and maybe a light option is what you will choose, something from your, okay, I think this is looking good. So select any color as per your preference. Next thing what we can do is, can you see the decimals which are present? 2500.00. So for all the cells the decimals are present. So I do not want this decimal. So what we can do is I can decrease the decimal. So just come in the home tab and under the number formats you can just click on this twice. Okay, similarly we will do for all the cells over here. So what I'll do is I'll completely entirely select this and I'll just click on this twice. Okay, let me just make use of Control Z. So everything is now present. So I'll show it from the beginning. I'll select this entirely and click on this twice. Okay, so this extra decimals are again now removed. Since we're talking about formatting this case study, let us now format this with the help of the table formats which are available. So I'll just select this. I'll click on Format as Table. Okay, option under Home tab, Format as Table. This option is present over here. And now you can select any format which you think will look good. So let's say we select this format. I think this is looking good. I'm selecting this format. It's present in Format as Table and we've selected this format. Okay, so now this particular table is looking good. As far as this table is concerned, let us format this as well. Now you can see this is a hash value. Now it is not an error. Do not consider this as errors just because the value is not fit in that particular cell. We are not able to view that value properly. So what I'll do is just increase the width of the table by a bit again from here, and again I will decrease the decimals. For this entire table I'll use thick borders. Come to borders and click on thick outside borders. Okay, so now this is looking good. For this also let me select thick borders. This is also looking good. And for male and female employees, again I'm clicking on thick borders. Okay, so I think our table is good to go. So what we have done in this is particularly brought this title in the center. We have made use of wrap text over here. We have made use of table formats. Then we have added some borders. We have removed the extra decimals which are present. So this is what we see in formatting with respect to this case study.